Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Communities Live here on Sheffield Live 93.2 FM. Chris and Ella here, and we have musician Ludwig Hart. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
For our listeners at home, give us a bit of background. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm Ludwig Hart from Sweden. I'm from a little town called Örebro, south of Stockholm, and I've been playing guitar and playing music for 15 years, and I released my debut album in 2019. So I've been touring exclusively in Sweden, Norway, Denmark, and Germany since then, and now we'll release our third album, and been coming to. Planning on coming more to UK, and we've been to UK a couple of times now, so we're kind of expanding the territory. So it's really nice to see other things than the forests in Sweden.
And I'm going to ask you, if who are your main influences? And also, there's a second part to this question as well. If there's anybody that you would like to work with in the near future, new or old, who would it be and why?
Yeah, I mean, I have many influences, but obviously I like Springsteen and I like Tom Petty and all the American like soft rock style music from the 70s and the 80s and also 90s. I like Fleetwood Mac and I like Jackson Brown, and I like all kind of rock music that's not too hard. It's more soft, more,
Hmm.
and I like country and country influenced rock music. But in terms of who I'd like to work with, living or dead, what did you say?
New or old, or living or dead, like you say.
All
Well,
right. Of course, it would be an honor to work with like Stevie Nicks or something, or of course Tom Petty. But if I there is a big artist in the UK called Sam Fender. I guess you know who that is. That would have been cool to do a song with Sam.
well, you never know in the near future. You never know. So,
No, you never know.
and I've got to ask. As a musician yourself, what was the first song that you listened to and you thought to yourself, "God, I want to be a musician"? What was the first song that captured your imagination?
Yeah, there was a local band in the town where I grew up, like a pop band. It was in my friend's group, sort of, and we went to see them. I guess I was 10 or 11. It was at this community center, and they played a bunch of their songs, and then they ended the show with a song called Born to Run by Springsteen. And I didn't know anything about Springsteen before, and I
Mm.
thought that song was their song. So I ran up to them and said, "Oh, the last song that was really good. What the fuck was that?" And they said, "Oh, it wasn't our song. It was a Springsteen song." They said, but that was an eye opening for me that night. Then I was stuck. Then I was stuck. It was really cool with the saxophone and big like cinematic sound. Yeah. So I was blown away by a cover band playing a Springsteen song, and then I was hooked. So.
And you got a new single it's called "What If," but also you have a new album that's just released called "Stay Young." So tell us a bit about the creative process of that. How long did it take to put together? Was it a long process, or did it come together quite quickly?
Yeah, in terms of time, I think it was a short process, but it took some time. But compared to the other, this is my third album. The other two album took longer time, especially the first one. But I guess that's pretty common when you're about to release your debut. But this third album, Stay Young, we recorded mostly of the songs live in the studio with all the band members in the same room, which was an eye opening for me. I know that's the like old school way of doing it, and it gets it has some limitations, but there's so much more into doing that. There's you get to try out new things
Yeah.
in such a quick ways, and you experience things together and you feel things together, which really contributes to the end result. But yeah, we did like 60% of the album live in a couple of days, and then some songs we did like overdubs and send them back and forth. But it was a lot quicker process than the other albums. But I really liked it. And then if I get the chance to do it like that again, I mean it can be hard to get 8 people in the room, 8 people between their 30s and 40s. They have kids
Mm.
and all the economics about hiring a big ass studio. But it was a great experience, and I think I can hear it on the album that it's something else than my previous albums, which I'm also proud of course. But there was a new thing, new thing for me to do it like that.
And I want to ask, I mean, is there like a story behind the album and the songs? If there is, what is the story? We aren't giving too much away, obviously, to our listeners.
Yeah, my previous albums was all about people in my family and friends that and what has happened to them during their lives with drug abuse and some even suicide. So there was some heavy shit on the first albums, and on this album we focused more on me and things that I haven't really talked about before and things that I've experienced. It's been scary, but it has also helped me a lot. Sounds like a cliche, but it's a little bit like therapy, I guess. So all of the songs is about me this time and things that I've experienced and my fears and my fears of getting older, my fears of ending up like my dad, who has drinking issues, and stuff like that. So
I'm
yeah.
sorry to hear that, mate. I'm sorry to hear that. But and I've got to ask as well. I mean, is there a release date for the album? I mean, is it already released? And also,
Yeah, it was released last Friday, so it's brand new, brand new.
and
So
is it digital only, or is there CDs and vinyls available?
both digital and vinyls and CDs. The vinyls is available right now through I think through Rough Trade. The CDs are coming. The CDs took longer than the vinyls. I don't know why. It's more hip with the vinyl, I think. But it's available in all streaming services and both vinyl and CD, so you can get it
And
everywhere, I guess.
you've got a tour as well. So tell us a bit about the tour. Will you be coming to Sheffield?
I hope so. We start our tour in Northern Europe now in 2 weeks, and then we are coming to UK. I think in February, just before we go on to Germany. But I haven't got the dates yet. I'm sorry. I know
That's
we're coming to London, but I haven't got the final tour schedule yet. But I know we come to the UK in February, so you can check my website or Instagram or Facebook in the nearest future where they will be announced.
And also, I mean, I've got to ask as well for our listeners at home who want
Yep.
to break into this kind of industry, what advice would you give? And also, how difficult is it?
Um, I, I mean, it all depends on what you want to do, what you think is the most important. For me, the most important thing is the songs. I haven't really. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been playing guitars with other artists for 15 years, and then we started really working on the debut album 6 or 7 years ago, and I mean it took off after that. It was like a dream come true, of course. But it all depends on what you want to do. If you want to be famous or you want to just have a quick fame, you can just apply for whatever talent show you want. But that was not the case for me. I just wanted to do my songs and we've been playing pubs for a long time and people every time we come to back to the same city that we've been to before, there's more people. I guess that's my take on it. I guess if you want to do it like the old school way, where the music is the most important thing, you have to go out there and play it live, even if it's just for 3 persons. I've done that several times, and I've played for thousands also several times. But you just have to keep on going if the music is what you want to do. if you want to deliver your songs.
Thank you for sharing that with me, Ludwig. And
Yeah.
I mean, we say you just released a new albums, but I want to ask you: have you got any upcoming projects that you're currently working on, or is it all secretive at the moment?
I mean, the album came out last Friday, so it's what is it, 5 days ago. So, I mean, we have songs planned for the next album, but we're touring Sweden and Norway, Denmark, for the next months till the new year, and then we're going to the UK and Germany. I mean, we've been touring Northern Europe for a couple of years, but we are now expanding our territory, and so the main focus is getting the music played live in front of more people in new countries right now. But of course, we will do a fourth record, but I guess the focus is on coming out to play for as many people as we can in new territories. I mean, we sing in English, so it would be stupid not to go to you guys and maybe even America. We'll see.
Well, I hope you do. I hope you do come to Sheffield because I would love to
Yeah.
hear you play.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, and for our listeners at home who's currently listening right now, do you have social media like X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, where people can follow you on?
Yeah, yeah. Facebook and Instagram is the place where you get the news first, I guess. We're posting all the time on Instagram, tour posters and info about stuff coming up. And also my website, of course, ludwighart.com. You can read up on the latest news. Yeah.
And my final question to you, Ludwig, because I like to give a final word to you, is
Yeah.
what would you like to say to our listeners who is currently listening right now?
I'm glad that my music are spreading out in the world and I mean all the great bands come from the UK, so I want to be there too. I want to play for you. Hopefully you will listen.
And we can't wait to hear it, Ludwig. And Ludwig, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you.